Hey y'all, what's up with your butt up, and welcome back to your favorite YouTube channel. How you guys been? Just a little check-in, just a little tap-in. If my audio sounds a little bit different, your girl is trying to like up some things. Let me know what you guys think. As per usual, y'all always let me know your opinion. Okay, what's up? I know you guys are here with your messy selves for a story time, and of course, you know, there's always a moral to the stories. And today I really do feel very passionately about this particular topic. Is it really that deep? Is it really that deep? No, it is that deep. Actually, you guys that have been with me for so many years and know how many times I said, I've been trying to mind my own business. I've been trying to mind my own business. There's a time and a place for everything, including that, okay? Including minding your business. I am notorious for telling stories that are years and years and years long. It's actually crazy because I know for a factual fact, there are girls that have been watching me for my entire decade-long career here on YouTube, just waiting. Do you hear them waiting to see if they're going to end up on one of my stories? Today, I'm breaking my mold a little bit, and I'm going to be telling you guys a pretty recent story that just happened not too long ago. And you know what, girl? If you see this, you see it. Time and place. Speaking of minding your business, girl, I just like walking to my own soundtrack, being my own main character, and nothing ruins my mom time like leaving my headphones behind. Girl, no errands. Not even shopping. I need my headphones. Girl, let me talk to you. Come here. Raycon everyday earbuds. Not only are these babies equipped with active noise cancellation, but there also is a handy dandy mode called awareness mode. One tap away, like in the name, you are still aware of your surroundings, which is great for when you're in parking lots or you still need to, have your head on a swivel. These babies have awareness mode as well for when you're out and about in public. But when you need to lock in, you have that video to edit, or you have that homework to get done, or you know what, you are just trying to get through your audiobook in peace. Raycon everyday earbuds got you. These are the most comfortable earbuds that I have ever tried. They come in all types of cute colors. Girl, I've always been purple all the way. Okay, so of course I got mine in purple. My case is dreamy clouds. Okay, get cute. There's a lot of things that I need to work on, including my patience. If you have patience issues like your girl, 10 minutes will get you 90 minutes of battery. Okay, and they're about half the price of other premium audio brands that offer the same feature. Girl, if you don't get your hands on these, what is wrong with you? My kids are getting bigger, girl. They just bound around the house, and sometimes I just really need to lock in on my work and editing and being able to hear, all of the good things. Noise cancellation to the max. I suffer from insomnia, girl. I cannot get my thoughts to stop. These headphones are so unbelievably comfortable that I'm able to lay down with them. These really comfortable gel tips, and they have a variety of sizes to ensure that they fit the widest of ear sizes, so they're going to be as comfy for you as possible. Now, of course, your girl got you with the little discount code. Okay, buyraycon.com/Nikki Glamour. Again, that's buyraycon.com/Nikki Glamour. I'll have it down in my description box as well. That will give you 20% off. They do really well with phone calls, girl. I was talking to David while I was doing laundry, and they don't slip out. Very simple. And girl, the connectivity, you can connect to 2 devices at once with these. Better get yourself over there. Buyraycon.com/Nikki Glamour, 20% off. Thank you so much to my homies over at Raycon for working with me on this video so that I can bring you guys some chisme, because you guys are messy. And thank you guys so much for my little besties right here, because they get mommy through it. Now, without further ado, let's get into story time. Tale as old as time. The evil stepmother. Okay, I used to have that old school Disney book, the ones that it was compiled of all the original Disney stories, and it was the bedtime stories. Girl, I don't know where, I think my cousin stole it because I think I saw it at her house one time. But anyways, girl, I would read that every single night. My mom is so funny. I remember my mom was so real with me, and I was reading Cinderella. Oh, and they lived happily ever after. I just want you to understand that is just a story, okay? That is just a story, as she didn't really know that man like that. With all of these stories came one common theme: the evil stepmother. I never gave it much thought, but in the back of my mind, every stepmother is evil. The Lord really got a sense of humor. You can't tell me no different. And then I grow up and I'm a stepmother, and literally I don't get it. I get it, but I don't get it, but I get it, but I don't. I'm going to tell you guys a story, but let me preface this by letting you know, girl, if you're watching this, part of me understands. So I understand, but I need you to understand, because maybe you've never met somebody like me. So y'all remember when I told that story about Julian's elementary school, right? And there was a lot going on there. That's where I had to let me talk to you for a minute to that girl, right? If mom and dad can't go for any reason, work or something, and he asks me, I will go. Like, I was always the person, like, if nobody else is available right now, that baby comes to me and asks me, I'm going. Started making some friends, one of which was Julian's best friend at the time, his mom, okay? So she and I end up meeting at one of these little events. Real cool, real laid back, and she's a boy mom. She's got like 4 or 5 boys, okay? Her oldest was like 19, and like her boys, girl, linebackers, all of them, okay? So I was like, girl, how do you do it? So I met her that kindergarten year, right? So fast forward, and you know, throughout the years, her son would have birthday parties, and then, you know, we exchanged numbers, and can he spend the night, or can he come to the party, or can we come pick him up? And we started, you know, talking like that outside of school. Well, anyways, girl, we get to know each other, and come to find out that all 5 of those boys are not biologically hers. She also is a stepmom. However, the 2 oldest are from her husband's previous marriage, and then the 3 youngest are hers, including Julian's best friend. Very sweet, and like, oh yes, I love all of my boys, and just like very boy mom and very involved. And quite honestly, I looked up to her because I was like, see, that's how you do it. Like, that's how you do it. Like, mixed families, like, this is totally possible. One day comes around, and there's this event taking place, and they were performing outside. And I remember it was really hot, number 1. And number 2, I was preggers. Okay, I was pregnant with Ezra at this time. And Julian was already like at the end of his elementary school years. I go to this parking lot, and, you know, I meet up with the other parents. And of course, you know, the other mom, my mom friend, was there. Both of the boys are there, and they had like a playground right off of the parking lot. So they take off, they go play while we're, you know, all gonna help set up. Naturally, the conversation goes to me being pregnant. I should have done a Blake Lively on her. Lovely little bump to you. Like, to be honest, like, you know, my pregnancy with Ezra was very horrid. Like, he took everything out of me, girl. Everything, even my tooth. She just kind of looks over, and she was like, how is Julian feeling about that? And Julian was so excited. Obviously, by this point, we already knew Ezra was going to be a boy, and he literally asked for a brother, right? I'm like gushing, and I'm like, he is so excited. I feel like it's going to be so cute, and, you know, like big brother, little brother, and like, it's just going to be so cute, and he's so excited. And girl, she got ominously quiet. You know how like when they sit there and they're like, yeah. Like, they're agreeing, but they're judging, but they're agreeing. And so, you know, I start kind of feeling it, and I'm like, like, you know, like, what? The conversation takes a switch. And this lady that I have known for about 4 years now, it's not going to be that way for long. You're going to see. It's going to change. I would be lying if I told you that this was the first time that somebody told me that. I don't know what it was about people in my life or in my circle, or even just like random people that knew our situation. When they found out I was pregnant, they always insinuated like that my relationship with Julian was going to change, or that I was going to feel differently about him, or this one's yours, and like, you know, you carried this one, or like there's just like, you know, this and this. Was this particularly surprising? No, but I guess I was just a bit shocked because it was coming from her, and I just thought that I just did not see this coming at all. You know, it's all sweet and everything, and, you know, like the first few years even, it's going to be like same, and you're gonna feel like no difference. She goes, but once you see that other one hit yours or be mean to yours, it will never be the same. Your mama bear will come out so fast, and it will never be the same. Here comes this divisive vocabulary and these divisive words. You know, his son, his big old son, and his son was like way older than my baby. One day I just saw him push, you know, my son, and I about flew off the handle. Like, I lost my ever-loving mind and let him know he is never allowed to put his hand on my baby ever again. And like, you know, you have to have like structured boundaries and make sure that, you know, that they understand. Am I needed over there? Do you need help setting up chairs? Like, I wanted this conversation to stop, because I'm not here to judge nobody, but you're wrong. I'm listening to all this, as a child of a single mother, boyfriends that we would like cross our fingers would be like our stepdad. Guess what? They all felt that way about us. Like, this is not the first time. Not only have I heard this before, I have felt it before. And I think that's why I look at this situation with such disdain when people let that come out of their mouths, because I was on the receiving end of that, and so was my brother. And that it was not okay. It did not make us feel okay. Just because you're not, like, when you say stuff like that to and about a kid. I digress, because we will get there. So anyways, y'all, I ended up walking away from that situation, and I'm not gonna lie, I was never as chummy with her ever again. Like, we kind of fell off. The boys ended up going to different schools, and because, you know what, I saw your heart, and like, I knew that what she was telling me was wrong. That's wrong, right? All of them, like, very much siblings. And do they fight? Yes. And guess what I say? Figure it out. I don't know why people have this notion in their mind that somebody else's life is a game to be played with, or like maybe like something to do, like a little trial and error. Let's do a little trial period, a little trial subscription. Girl, no, this is a whole person. You're going to try it out and see if it fits nice. And then if it doesn't, then what? Sometimes, because our family has been together for so long, and we literally like, it's just like, I don't even remember life without David. I don't remember life without Julian. It just doesn't compute to me. Sometimes, girl, I be forgetting that other people outside of our situation be trying to have opinions based on what they think that they know. Okay, case in point, take all the kids to their little appointments or whatever. And it was around that time where we were going to get our dentist appointments. Turns out Julian needs to get started with his braces. Cool. They do the x-rays and stuff like that. And of course, you know, having braces, it's a process. And you got to go in every few weeks to get them tightened, get new rubber bands. Braces? Not cheap. Not cheap. Fast forward, and the way that our schedule was working, David had been taking Julian to all of his dentist appointments, okay? So I would say like a good 4 or 5 times David had gone, and you know, it was always like right after school. One day comes around, there's a conflict in the schedule, and David calls me up and he's like, babe, Julian has an appointment at like 4:30. You know, can you swing it? If you can't, I completely understand, but like, can you? I am very much about being punctual when it comes to processes and procedures like that. No, we're not waiting. I'm sorry, because you know what? This is on a timer, and I know that my baby wants to get his braces off as quickly as possible. So don't worry about it. Not even a problem. I will take him. So there I go. I got Ezra Mila, right? Pick up Julian from school, and I take him to his appointment. I don't know why. I had a feeling. One of my girlfriends back in the day was a dental hygienist or a dental assistant or something. Y'all are messy. Don't even play. Girl, I walk in. There's literally like 4 or 5 girls huddled at the front desk. Oh, hi, Julian. Hey, Julian. Their eyes travel to my ass. Hi. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm entering girl world. Let me fix my face real fast. Julian, I'm like, hey, take your brother and sister, go sit down. I'm sorry. It is very judgy. It is very judge-mudge up in here. I could feel them scanning me from head to toe. Hey. Hi. Oh, you're David's wife. Yes, I am. I'm not gonna lie. And y'all can't lie neither. It was a very awkward first impression and first meeting. And I don't know what made it so awkward, caught them off guard. But anyhow, we go forward with the appointment. Kind of hard to do this with Ezra and Mila because they don't know how to sit still sometimes. So, you know, I'm trying to like fiddle with them while listening to the dentist, the updates and everything. Everything is all good. They tighten his braces. They give him new rubber bands. Everything is all good. Fast forward, David starts getting busier and busier. He just has like so much going on. And long story short, girl, I start taking over all of the dentist appointments going forward. So every single time I'm taking Julian to his dentist appointments, I got both of the kids. They start recognizing us. Everything is all good. I even make friends. One of the girls, so much so because like we were talking about how one of her nieces or something had a litter of puppies, and we're thinking about getting a dog. Shh, don't tell the kids yet, but we are thinking about it, right? Her niece was having Frenchies. And I was like, oh my God, stop. And she was like, yeah. And like, they can't keep all of them. So, and she was just kind of being nonchalant. And I was like, no, girl, I'm being serious. Like, I'm being so serious. And she was like, really? She was like, oh, hell yeah. So we exchanged numbers. Okay. Let me know like how much. And she was like, girl, I'll give you a discount. Like we were home skillets. And I was like, yes, this is my Frenchie plug. Everything is all good in the hood. I don't know if it's hateration. I don't know if it's just envy. I don't know if it's just negative. It's just a negative energy, okay? And one of them in particular, she was the one that was looking at me the most side-eyed on the first impression moment. And every day after that, she wasn't mean to me. She just always gave me like this scan. Dang, girl, she paid very extra special attention to my son. At first, it was okay. I thought it was just like kind. She was being kind. Oh, hey. And she would like, while I'm signing out, hey, let me see. Oh, what color did you get? Oh, that's cute. Oh, yeah, that wear. Oh, like, let me see. And she would just be asking Julian all kinds of stuff. Oh, how's school? Oh, cool. Okay, yeah. And they would give the babies, Ezra and Mila, these little coins because they have these vending machines up at the front to get a toy, right? So I would go up there, handle, the payment, as the kids were getting their little toys. But we're in this like small area, okay? So the kids are literally like less than 5 feet away from me. Anyways, girl, after some time, I find out that this girl, bad energy girl, she tells me about her kids. She's got 2 kids. She's 24, 25 years old. This is her first big girl job, stuff like that, just in passing. Normal schnormal day. Go pick up Julian, go pick up Ezra, go to Julian's appointment, got all 3 of the kids, and the dentist gives us the best news. Hey, he is doing so well. I really do think that he's going to get his braces off early. And girl, we were like, yes. And this was right before Thanksgiving, like holidays, no braces, wet. Like, of course, Julian is over the moon about it. And I'm like, no way. So they get the x-rays and the dentist comes back and he's talking about his wisdom teeth. Girl, I already knew where he was going. Sure enough, he was like, I would recommend that he gets all 4 of them out and then we'll get his permanent retainer and get his braces off and he'll be good to go. He starts asking about like scheduling appointments and all of that. Like, no. I was like, I'm going to go ahead and talk to his parents and, let them decide. And one of them will give you a call back and let them know what works for their schedule. Cause they only had wisdom teeth removal like once a month or something like that. So I was like, do not ask me. Okay. But, just let them know. I'll let, my husband know. And so they gave me some informational paperwork and the date was going to be discussed. Okay. We get all this information. I'm super excited for Julian. They give the babies their coins. We're headed out. The kids are standing by the front door, handling the little machines, and I'm up there doing the payment process, okay? Now, they have a lot extra to tell me because they're handing me, like, post-op paperwork and stuff like that, right? And they're telling me about the calendar, and I told them the same thing. We'll get back to you on it because we got to discuss, like, what works for everybody. And I'm keeping it general like that, what works for everybody, okay? I'm talking to my girl that had the puppy situation going on, and she's, like, telling me everything, and I'm like, okay, we'll get back to you on that. Meanwhile, bad energy girl, the payment situation, and she has my card or whatever, right? She was like, do you want me to go ahead and call dad? I can give him all of the information, or do you just want to tell him? And girl, honestly, it was like so much. I was like, no, why don't you go ahead and call him? I was like, do me a favor. I was like, call dad and mom and just let them know, all of the information and the dates and stuff like that. Cause they'll discuss it and be able to give you like better answers. The whole world stopped. These girls travel in packs, okay? There's like 3 or 4 of them at the time, and they all stop and they look at me. And bad energy girl, it's like she wasn't trusting her hearing, and she was like, you mean just dad? No, dad and mom. You have contact information for both, yes? I literally see them start putting the dots together in my face before my eyes. And when I tell you, it's a sad, sad reality, but the whole vibe changed. All of it changed. Not with one of them, not with some of them, with all of them. I'm sorry, wait, who are you? You just gonna act like you don't know me now. What you mean? I'm like, I'm stepmom. I'm David's wife. Like, y'all knew that. Like, I don't understand. And girl, I guess they didn't put 2 and 2 together. Like, they just didn't know that, like, mom's contact information was a completely different person than me. Okay. They just did not know that. So, or maybe they didn't realize it. I don't know. All I know, pure shock. And all of a sudden it's literally a problem. She looks at me and this condescending, almost like a threat. Well, I'm going to call her right now. Like like, as soon as you leave, I'm calling. And I was like, literally, that's what I asked you to do. Like, I don't know why you're talking to me like this. Now, keep on, all of this is happening in my head. I was very confused because why are you talking to me like this when I'm the one who literally just told you? You wouldn't have known otherwise. Like, you're talking to me like I was trying to keep a secret. Do what you need to do. I give him the car keys. They step out because, like, you're not about to be doing this weird stuff in front of my kids. Like, this is very weird. I don't know what the issue is. I've been bringing him to these appointments all of this time. This has never been a problem. I'm not trying to sign off on any medical forms. I know all about HIPAA. You ain't got to tell me about the law. And that is very much why I was upfront and center about not receiving any of this information and for you to call mom and dad. I'm true to this, not new to this. This is not the first time that people have done that because they're just being ignorant about the situation. They don't understand. Quite frankly, I don't have the time or the patience to explain to every single person that comes across us our situation and, like, please be nice to me. Like, it just gets to the point where I'm like, I don't really care. Are you a part of my life? No, this is very temporary, so I don't care. But I was still very frustrated, okay? I tell Julian, take the kids inside. I'm gonna call your dad. And I call their dad because I didn't want to have this conversation in front of all of them, right? So I call David and he's on his way home and he's like, hey. And I was like, man. And so I tell him and he's like, what's up? And I was like, babe, it got so weird. So I break everything down and David's like super quiet. And he was like, well, why would that be an issue? And I was like, I don't know. Girl, in the middle of us having a conversation, he was like, they're literally calling me right now. Well, let me call you right back. So I get off the phone. I go inside. I'm like calming down. I don't really think too much of it. Not even 5 minutes later, my husband is calling me. And when I answer that phone, and immediately he was like, this bitch. David is very funny and it takes him a lot to get mad. And he was mad. So like I go upstairs and I'm like, what happened? And he was like, I don't know who the hell they think they are calling my phone like that. And I was like, what? Girl, they had called him, this Julian's dad, and he was like, yeah, this is David. Like, what's going on? Who's been bringing Julian to his appointments? David does a really good job at impersonations, okay? And I was like, she said it like that. And he said it again. He was like, who has been bringing Julian to his appointments? Don't get sassy with David because he'll meet your sass for that ass, okay? So he was like, my wife? Why? Is there a problem? We just weren't aware, and I just wanted to let you know that I did call mom, and I let her know what I'm about to let you know. Isn't that what my wife asked of you, for you to call her? We didn't know that your wife was bringing Julian to disappointments. And so David was like, well, I mean, is that an issue? Like, do I need to sign off on something? Like, I don't understand. She literally gave him no reasoning for the question and why it would be a problem and why they needed to know and the relationship or whatever. She's letting you guys know to contact me and his mom. Like, she's not signing off on anything besides the payment information. What is the problem? No answer. And she gets off the phone with a fucking attitude. He's like fucking pissed. He was already annoyed when I talked to him, but I don't think that he understood the sheer audacity until he heard her voice himself. And you would have thought that she was questioning her man. Like, who? And who was that? Like, girl, let me give this situation a benefit of the doubt, okay? Maybe they just need to know about any and everybody that's bringing a minor into have an appointment or have, anything done. Like, maybe they need to have that on file. I don't know. The scheduling down, no problem. He's got his wisdom teeth scheduled. Everything's all good. He has to fast, I really hated it for him. Wisdom teeth removal is just such a pain in the butt. And also, it was like around the time of he had to miss his homecoming because of this. I felt so bad for him. But anyways, she's giving me the rundown. He did great. They're putting him in my car. And I'm like, yeah, thanks. Thank you. Like, thank you guys so much for helping my son. They give me the prescription and everything. Okay, cool. I drive Julian home. Mila's in the backseat making fun of him because, he's all passed out. This is a temporary situation. I don't feel the need to get into the meat and potatoes of the ethics and morals. All I know is, girl, you better not be anybody's step parent because you were just not built for it. That was literally proven to me in stone the next time I saw her. Girl, she's all friendly, chummy with me, okay? We come out. And one day comes around and I don't know what changed, but we go out there, we do the same thing, same situation. The kids are right there at the little machines and I hand over my card and she goes through. This girl gonna stop. I hand her my card and she gonna stop, and instead of running it, she goes, "This is your card? Girl, this is your card, girl." And she's like working on it. She grabs her little receipt asking me for my signature. Girl, you need to call him. You need to call. Actually, let me give you a copy of this receipt and you give it to him so he can give you your money back, girl, because he needs to be paying for this, not you. Mijo, take the kids and meet me in the car. I say that, I'm really trying to hold it together. I'm really trying to hold it together. And I say that, "Julian, come here. Come here. Let me see. Oh my gosh, you look so good without the braces on. Last time I didn't get to see because you left without saying bye to me. Don't ever leave without saying bye to me. That hurts my feelings." Y'all not gonna convince me. I heard the tone. I heard the deflection. I heard the octave. I saw the body language. I was visually there. And this little girl right here, what I once thought was just like, "Oh, you're just being nice and just being attentive to my teenage son," very quickly turned into very flirtatious. And ma'am, you are 24 with 2 kids and you better back the fuck up. Julian, get in the car. Julian, get in the car. Get in the car. Get in the car. You know, when you first start dating, you talk about your past, your exes, stuff like that within reason. No, I'm just kidding. David told me about this girl. She had a baby. She had a daughter. This girl ended up crying on the bathroom floor or on the kitchen floor, on some floor, because one day Julian came over to hang out with his dad, to be with his dad. And Miss Ma'am got upset and jealous that David was giving Julian all of his attention. Don't ever fool yourself into thinking that you will ever outlast their kid. That is their kid. Whether they're 18 or not, our son is about to be 18 next year. He's not going to all of a sudden, poof, stop being David's son just because he's grown. That will always be our son, no matter what. That is a lifelong commitment that you are taking alongside of this person. And if you don't see it that way, then you are not equipped and you guys are not equally yoked and you have no business. And guess what? That's okay. I would respect you more if you just said straight out, "You know what? I'm just not built for it. Okay, I got too many emotions," or maybe I'm just like, I can't. And you should not want that. You should never want that for your partner, because that is blood of their blood. That is bone of their bone. That is, hello. If you are not equipped, it can cause fights, and it shouldn't cause fights. You should never make this person feel bad for being a present parent. I don't care how old Julian gets. If Julian needs his dad at 2:00 in the morning and we're on vacation, David, you get your ass up and you go get our son. I'm being so serious right now. The whole keeping track of money, I paid this much for this kid and not for this kid, and that's ugly schmugly, and you need to figure out your finances. That's crazy. No kid should be hearing from you that there's a budget with them but not the others. That's crazy. And she was dead wrong. You were dead wrong. Giving me a receipt solely to give to my husband because he should be paying and not me? Who are you to be telling me that? That is wild. That is some wild shit to say. And quite frankly, you got way too comfortable, because I don't know you like that. There will be people that treat you purely based off of the stepmom cloud that will follow you wherever you go. And you just have to be sure in yourself. This is where you got to drown out the noise. Put in your little Raycon everyday earbuds and drown out the noise, because they don't know your life. Do not listen to anybody else's opinion, especially if they haven't walked in your shoes. Don't be taking situations like this lightly, because I would be very disappointed if I found out any of one of my Glamazons was just trying to wait it out, like this child is just going to disappear, or hoping and praying in your heart. Because don't forget, God reads your heart, not your lips. If you're deep down resenting that baby or putting that baby on a timer and I can't wait and I just want to start my own family, what does that mean for that baby? You essentially saying that baby don't matter, and shame on you. When you are single, you have the option to be selfish. That is your time to be selfish. But if you commit yourself to this person with that in your heart, girl, thank you guys so much for coming and chilling with me today. And I will be back very soon with some new videos for y'all that I hope you guys enjoy. I love you so much, but God loves you more. And I will see your fine self in my next video. Peace out, y'all.